You don't need an audience to make $10,000. I'm about to tell you something that's going to piss off every guru selling their six-figure blueprint. You don't need a funnel. You don't need a course. You don't need to build your personal brand for the next 6 months while your bank account bleeds out. You need 10 people. That's it. 10 people who will pay you $1,000 for something you already know how to do. And before you tell me, like, I'm not an expert, like, shut up. In the nicest way, shut up. But yes, you are. Like, you are just too close to your own knowledge to see it. And so last week, I got a DM from a meditation teacher. She'd been building her platform for the last 8 months. And so she posted every single day. She created free meditations, built her email list to 500 people, 0 revenue. And I asked her, what question or what problem did you solve for yourself that cost you the most pain? And it turns out she actually figured out how to meditate through chronic pain after her car accident and completely got rid of all the pain. And that actually took her 2 years of trial and error, thousands of dollars in, failed treatments. And I asked, like, who else has that problem right now? And instantly she knew 3 people right off the top of her head. And so 2 weeks later, she sold a $2,000 chronic pain meditation intensive to somebody not from her yoga class, not her email list. And this is what drives me insane about the online business world. Everybody's teaching you to build these elaborate machines, like when you just need to have 10 simple conversations. And when you think about it, like, $10,000 is not a lot of money. It's a decision, like 10 people saying yes. But instead of finding those 10 people, what do most people do? Like, we hide behind content creation and funnels and systems and sales, and we build websites that nobody visits. We design logos that for businesses that haven't made a single dollar, right? Like your look, your feel, your vision board of what you want your brand to be. We do everything except the thing that actually matters, right? Which is asking somebody for money in exchange for solving their expensive problem. And so here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you because it doesn't sell courses, right? Your first 10,000, it's going to be ugly. Your first 10,000 will come from people you already know. Your first 10,000 will oftentimes happen in the DMs and Zoom calls, not some automated funnel. And that's exactly how it should be happening. Right now, you're sitting on like $10,000 worth of knowledge. You just can't see it. And so your last 10 years of mistakes, that's $10,000 of prevention for somebody who's about to make those same mistakes. And that thing that people always bug you about, like the thing that you do naturally that makes other people just say, like, wow, like, how do you do that? That's worth $10,000, like, to somebody who's bleeding out money, who's in a lot of pain because they can't do it, like they don't know how. That massive struggle that you went through like 6 months ago or last year, like, somebody's in that hell right now, today, and they would pay you to get out of that. But you just don't see it, right? Like, we don't see it. We think we need to be the world's foremost expert, like the top of the top with all the credentials or certificates. And we think we need, years of case studies, right? You don't need any of that. You just need to be a few steps ahead of. That's it. And I really learned this like the hard way. When I first began, like, I spent 6 months building the perfect course, like beautiful slides, worksheets, bonus modules, just the works. And I launched it to my audience of 2,000 people, 2 sales. And when my friend called, like, desperate because his spiritual coaching business was falling apart, and I spent 3 hours showing him exactly how to package his knowledge into a high ticket offer. Like, he paid me $3,000, $3,000 on the spot. No slides, no worksheets, just him and me and a simple Google Doc. And that's when I realized, like, we don't need to build anything. We need to sell something, right? Get the proof of concept faster. Like, that's going to allow you to create something that's truly legendary. And here's what nobody really tells you about making your first $10,000 or even your first $100,000. Like, you truly need 10 people, not 10,000. You need DM conversations, not viral content. You need to solve expensive problems, not common ones. And when you think about the math, would you rather convince 1,000 people to buy like a $10 product or like an ebook for $10? Or would you rather have 10 deep conversations with people who have $1,000 problem or a $10,000 problem? And like the second one, like the $1,000 problem, that's, it's not just easier, it's actually possible. Like your network already has 10 people who need what you know right now. They're not following you on Instagram. They're not in your email list. They're in your phone contacts. Like they are on your LinkedIn, like the connections that you have. They're people who you might have like used to work with. And so they are real humans with real problems who would pay you real money for the real solution. But we've been, this landscape, like we've been so brainwashed by the build an audience cult that we ignore the buyers standing right in front of us. And so like every spiritual teacher and practitioner I work with has the same objection for the most part. But charging thousands of dollars, like that just feels so uncomfortable to me. And like good, it should. And you know what else should feel uncomfortable is like being a spiritual teacher who can't pay rent, and being a healer who can't afford health insurance, or being a coach who's too stressed about money to actually help anybody, right? Like poverty isn't spirituality. It's just poverty. And your gifts, like they deserve compensation, period. And here's where the thing, like when you charge $1,000, like instead of $100, like $100, something really magical happens. Like your client takes you seriously and they show up, they do the work, they get the result. The $100 client, or like the $10 client that downloads the ebook, like they ghost after 2 weeks, the ebook goes in some folder on their computer that they never look at again. And so let me tell you about the $1,000 to $3,000 sweet spot, right? Like high enough that people take it seriously, but low enough that it's a credit card decision, not like a boardroom meeting where they have to like take money out of their 401k. You want to package it as a 4 to 6 week sprint or like an intensive. Give it an endpoint and give it a transformation with like a true finish line, and not just like ongoing coaching that happens forever. Like not a membership, not a subscription, a specific transformation for a specific person in a specific time frame. In like 30 days, you'll have X kind of thing. And that's it. That is the offer. And so if you want to think about, like, I can give you some real examples from real people, like the names, what they've changed, results haven't. Like Sarah, one of my clients, a meditation teacher, she created a $2,000 product, Executive Stress Reset. 4 weeks of custom meditations for burned out founders. Mike, who was a tarot reader, like he launched a $3,000 business clarity intensive, combining tarot reading with strategic planning for entrepreneurs at like a crossroads. And then I had another client in that same space, like Jennifer. She was a yoga instructor, sold $5,000 return to movement, right? It was a 6-week personalized recovery for athletes with like injuries. And so none of those people like had audiences. None of them had any funnels or any fancy tech. What they really did is they had conversations with people, like real human to human connection. And here's how you can make really like $10,000 in the next 60 days, even 30 days. So days 1 through 7, list 20 things that you figured out in the last 5 years. Like pick the most expensive problem that you've solved, like the most painful thing that you've solved. Write that transformation in 1 sentence. I help specific person achieve specific result in time frame. Keep it very simple and price it slightly above like you being uncomfortable, right? So if $1,000 makes you squirm a little, that's the perfect price. And then day 8 through 14, like message 50 people you already know. Not, hey, like check out my program, nothing like that, but hey, like I'm working with, people on this specific problem, and I've helped other people with similar achieve this result last week. Do you know anybody dealing with this? Don't put a link, no sales page, just real conversations. Like, and then days 15 through 30, like your first 3 sales, they'll happen. They'll be messy. Just embrace it. Like nothing's perfect. You're figuring out how to perfect things through in like being imperfect. You'll fumble the price conversations. You'll feel awkward. You'll lose deals, and that's okay. You'll over-explain things. You'll probably cry after your first sale, but that's fine. Like enjoy it, and then start delivering immediately, like the very next day. Over-deliver like your life actually depends on it, and then document everything that you do. And then days 31 through 45. Get voice testimonials, not written ones, like actual voice and like video testimonials, because the emotion really matters. And then raise your price 25% to 50%. And now you can say, like, my last 3 clients got this specific result, and that just changes everything, right? And then days 46 to 60, now you can go slightly colder, like Facebook groups or LinkedIn, anywhere that your people might gather, right? But you're not posting valuable content, like you're not to that stage just yet. You're starting conversations. I noticed you mentioned this thing and this problem that you might have had. I just helped somebody with similar solve this. Do you want to talk about the details? Do I have permission to pitch you? And it doesn't even have to be a pitch. It's just like a real conversation. That's the most important thing. And then close 7 more sales, right? Close 7 more deals, and then bank your $10,000. And now you can think about building systems and creating valuable content because you just learned so much from what you just did that now you can create valuable content. That sales call you lost the deal on, that becomes a very valuable piece of content. And look, I'll be honest with you about the uncomfortable truths here is that your first sale will be to somebody you already know, 99%. And probably somebody you're friends with on Facebook but haven't talked to in 2 years, and that's okay. You'll undercharge and you'll over-deliver. You'll give them $5,000 worth of value for $1,000, and that's fine. You're buying confidence. You're paving your way to your goal. And you'll hate yourself within the first 30 days, and you'll just feel like everything's going to fail and you're going to want to quit. But you'll realize something. You'll realize you could have charged triple the amount, and you'll see 10 ways to make it way better. None of that matters because you'll have $10,000. And more importantly, you'll have proof of concept, proof that people will pay you, proof that you can help, and proof that this actually works. And this isn't a course launch, and you're not creating content or trying to run a Facebook ads agency and doing all these ads. You're not creating content just hoping somebody will buy. This isn't building a following. You're not trying in this stage to become an influencer. This isn't scalable yet. And this is not passive income. You're going to work for this money, and that's okay. This isn't perfect. It's not supposed to be. And what this is fast cash from existing knowledge that you have. It's confidence through action. It's not you meditating and demanding that you get paid by the universe, right? It's real market feedback from real buyers, not survey responses from people wanting freebies, the freebie seekers. And so the foundation for everything else that you want to build is here. This is momentum. Now, here's what really pisses me off, right? Right now, somebody needs exactly what you know. And it should piss you off too. Somebody is lying awake at 3 a.m. stressed about the exact problem that you've already solved. And somebody would happily pay you $1,000 to have what you now have, to know what you know, or avoid what you've been going through, or to what they've been going through, right? But instead, of helping them, you're reading another article, you're watching another YouTube video, and I get it, building your authentic brand feels great, but getting cash in hand and doing that is what matters most. And so your expertise is rotting in your head while somebody else's, their problem is rotting their entire life. And so if you know me, I deleted everything once. Hundreds of thousands of followers gone. Started from zero again. And you know what I learned? The followers, they don't matter. The vanity metrics are worthless, right? What matters is that, I could get on a call with somebody who had an expensive problem and solve it. Real human-to-human connection. And that's it. That is literally the whole business. And then at some point, yes, we'll talk about systems and building them around you to get back your time. But everything else, up to that point, the funnels, the content, the brand, that's just leverage for later. But first, you need to prove that you can help one person get one result, and then 10. And then you can think about scale. So here's my question for you. 60 days from now, will you be $10,000 richer or just 60 days older, right? Will you be building your brand, or will you have 10 clients you've actually transferred their lives, and actually transformed what their pain was into no more? Or will you be perfecting your next offer when you haven't even profited from the first one, right? Or will you have a messy, imperfect proof that people will actually pay you? So the choice is yours. But you have to understand, your knowledge has an expiration date. Every day you don't share it, it becomes less relevant, less valuable, less useful. Somebody needs what you know now, today, right now. And so stop building and start selling. Start ugly, get paid, iterate. Your first 10,000 is truly waiting for you out there. It always has been.